Welcome back to another show, episode 5. Oh man, listen. Yeah, as y'all know, my job is to bring you great conversation, great show, no matter what, no matter who feelings are hurt, no matter who gets exposed, because we can handle it. We are a community together. And today, fellas, we are going to be on the line today. Fellas, we on the line today. You know what that means? That means that we are about to tell women, especially our panel, exactly why we do what we do, how we do it, if we may want to do it again. You know, that touchy subject, cheating, cheating, cheating. I said it 3 times because it's a big deal. Oh, yeah. This is how it's going to go so y'all know. The men are going to come on here, right? And we're just going to explain ourselves. And our beautiful women are going to question us. And they're not going to go easy on us either. They're allowed to ask us whatever they want to ask us, and we are supposed to answer the best way possible. Y'all ready for that? I'm ready for that. Bring them in. Bring, bring them. Bring them. And get your drinks too. Time to be honest. Goddamn. Now, hey, you hear me? Look, we already starting our bad. Like we already starting our bad. You know why? Because we got to be honest right now. And then the producer's a male, so he tripping. He need to go ahead and bring everybody in so we can get this going. Oh. So everybody's not ready? Oh, they okay. Well, look, I got a small talk with y'all real quick because everybody's not ready. I apologize for that. But trust me, it's definitely gonna be worth the wait when everybody comes. He got some technical difficulties. You know that happens when you have a live show. You have a live show, things happen out. Let me give you some background on why I wanted to do this show so you guys can be prepared for it. I think that I've heard a lot of things about why men cheat from women. I don't really necessarily agree with what they say, right? And this whole point of this show was to make it so we all can have an understanding when we get up out of here, why we do what we do, and how to avoid leading us into that, if that's even a thing. If that's even a thing. I'm not sitting there telling you that y'all are the reasons why we cheat. I ain't saying that, but we don't cheat with ourselves. We don't cheat with ourselves. And a lot of times when we cheat, the women we cheating with know we got a woman. They know we got a woman, and they still roll with us, and they got to take some of that blame. Um, what are we gonna do here? What are we gonna do here? Are we gonna get upset? Are we gonna cap? Are we gonna lie? Or are we gonna tell y'all the truth? I believe personally that my panel is going to tell you guys the absolute truth on why we do what we do. I believe that the ladies are going to be very, very transparent with us and open and honest with us about their feelings on why, on what it does to them, how it affects them when we cheat, and literally like try to bridge this gap. Because ask yourself, ladies, be honest. If you could eliminate cheating or try to figure out why we cheat, or even taper it down just a tad bit, just a little, how much better would your relationship go? How much better would your relationship go? How much better would your relationships have been if cheating was not an issue? There's a real problem out here. It's a real problem out here, and cheating is it. And I think that that may actually be at the forefront of what women are more upset with about men is cheating, more than finances, more than loy- loyalty, as in just being honest about certain things, keeping them in the loop, a lot of things. But I think cheating is most definitely number one. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. So this show is to help us all find out how mad are they? Are they really even mad that we cheat? Is it something that they can get over easy? Is it blown up by the media, blown up by society? Or is it something that men can't stop doing? Or is it something that we're tempted into doing? What? He said we good. So let's go. Here they come. You little mother. Let me cuss. You motherfucker. Had me out here. Had me out there on that bullshit. And I was straight bullshitting just now waiting for y'all. You see that? I'm mad as hell. But let further ado. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get to this shit right now. Okay? So I want everybody to introduce yourself to Ron. We got Chris, we got J Mac, we got Erica. Yo, we appreciate you coming. Uh
What's
uh
up? What's up?
turn your phone so you can get the full view on the camera phone on the what kind of what angle is that called? Horizontal.
Portrait. It's
Turn the
portrait.
phone portrait. Turn the phone. Let me see if it snapped. Does it no, it's still she must have it locked in. You fine. I don't know why he always do that shit. You fine. I think you cool. Everybody good with her like that?
Yeah.
Everybody good. Okay, so what we gonna do first? Fellas are gonna go through. We're gonna give one reason, our main reason on why we cheat. If the ladies have a problem with our reason, they get to question us. And when they question you, you just gotta be honest about it. You gotta be honest about it. Chris, it's your show. You give us your main reason. Chris, go first.
Well, I'll be honest. Like, I never had like a lot of relationships, so I can't really say it was cheating. But I'm sure it was women that liked me and thought they were the only one. But the reason I did that, the reason I had other
So you
women,
mean you wasn't telling them the truth? Like, how you
if you're
gonna
not
say
my girl, I don't gotta. Oh, you don't get those rights. You ain't my girl. But it was the
that?
conqueror in me. That's why I did it. I want to conquer as much as I could. Just being straight up. Yes,
So you
conquer.
just not gonna tell them the truth and lead them
No,
on
it's not about telling the
and
truth.
make
It's
them
just
feel
like
like they only with you.
no, no, no. They
Okay.
can tell themselves what they want to believe, but if you're not my girl, you don't get like access to everything. No, that's what girlfriends and wives are for.
Ooh.
Now you know that's BS, but I'm gonna let you finish because I need to hear this. I like. I would love to hear
It's
this.
the conquer. The conquer. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Let me hear that because that was already problematic for me. I gotta take. I gotta drink some wine.
Hey, I
All
was
right,
young. I
okay.
was young, man. I was young.
All right, J Mac. J Mac, give us your main reason. Yo, what's the
Okay.
reason?
I'm gonna save the growth mentally part that I realized by myself for the last part. But surface level, it was just pretty much uh acceptance. The fact of that I had the luxury of being able to. Um, I struggled like I told my I ain't had too many conversations with my dad coming up to like put me in game or put me in situations where I needed to know. And my mom and my sister they didn't make it easier because I watched them dog a lot of dudes out. So
Ooh. Ooh.
I'll say this. From what I was brought and was shown, I thought I had to always have a up on I had the ups on somebody, meaning if I was feeling you, I needed to make sure I had a rebound or a backup plan.
Ooh.
So I would purposely, if I met somebody that I really like, I would purposely still not like give them my full undivided attention to see if we can work through it and get through it. But I'll be still juggling just to make sure I guess, making sure I wasn't being taken advantage of.
Ooh.
So
So what
that
is what was dogging out? What did she? What did they do exactly? What does that mean? What does that look like?
when you say dogging out,
Yeah,
what do you mean?
when you say you saw women dogging men out, so that's kind of why you had that backup plan. What does that mean? What was the dogging out part?
Okay, I'm a straight up person. I watched my mom.
Roof.
Well, they was my mom and my dad was separated. My mom dogged my dad out. Uh, like
Ooh.
dogged out. Like she came home. He came home and caught her in a situation.
Ooh.
My sister, well, she was a fool with it. Like I watched her a lot of dudes over and over. Like just clearly be around her and just watch her dog them out. Watch them cry over her, and she just was running them. And we just grew up like okay that's how y'all be getting over on us. And so when you got emotions invested and your feelings get involved, especially when you start dating and meeting people, you start naturally creating walls that you don't even just know how to that comes about you. It just becomes natural, like
Mhm.
how you adjust to things, how you adjust to feelings. Like if I feel a chick and I don't feel like she's giving me her full undivided attention, I'm like it's cool, it's all good, I got a backup plan anyway. And when you do, I'll get to another part of that, but that's
So are
one of
you
the reasons
cheating?
why I did when I was younger.
But are you cheating or is it a backup? Like, so are you dealing with that girl too, or are you saying that you just got somebody on the back,
I,
backup just in case?
I'm speaking on the beginning now. That's the beginning part. There's a gradual stage that I want to get down to, but
Okay.
just right in the beginning, that's pretty much what it was for me. It was making sure I just felt like I always had to have somebody, and I couldn't just invest my feelings into one person, no matter how much I liked you or how much I wanted to like you. I just how I grew up, I always needed somebody to fall back on for just in case.
Mm.
So I
So
have a
Hey,
question.
go ahead.
What
Go ahead.
at what point does that change for you? Like at what point do men decide to settle down and be with one person? What is it that you need to feel that way?
For me, it was just evolution, just going through me, burning through a lot of good relationships. Like I said this, I think I met my wife quite a few times, cause I had met some nice women and they had some good qualities about themselves. I just wasn't mature enough, and a lot of things I was doing was based on my personal insecurities and just going through growth, just a relationship after relationship, meeting people, wanting something that you thought you had and you didn't get it, or when
Mhm.
you came around to wanting it, it wasn't there for you to get long because you played the game too long. So it's I mean
Mhm.
it's about the experience of just meeting people, and you get older and you start wanting to make stuff make sense, and you get tired of just doing things. So I started doing like we talked on a few shows ago. I started doing a lot of self-reflecting, and I was asking myself why was I wired the way I was wired when it came down to deal with it. And a lot of it came down to it was my emotions, and the feelings of and the things I did in response to protect myself from getting hurt.
Can y'all even be
boom.
faithful? Like, I'm just keeping like, can y'all even be faithful to a
Dang,
woman?
dang. Can I give my reply before you ask this?
Go
Yeah.
Before
ahead,
you
go
ask
ahead,
this?
Ty. I mean, go ahead.
Dang,
Tell us your reason, what you got.
damn,
And
damn. Can we?
and then y'all can
She would
answer.
want to know.
Can I get it? Can I get a chance?
I just go
Damn.
ahead. I just want to know.
All right, all right. I will give you my reasoning. I would say fear of missing out. And I don't mean missing out in as in this moment. I mean missing out as we get older. And there may be a time where we just can't, we don't attract them like that. That I always say, when a woman talks about how a man talks about how faithful he is to his wife, right? I always examine the man first. Not saying he's lying, but the reason I examine him because I say, man, what's your options though? Like I'm keeping it real. Like, what's your options? Because if you had the options that maybe so let's not use me, let's use Chris. Let's say if you had the options that Chris had, right? Would you be such a faithful husband? I don't know. If you had the options that Chris had, would you be such a faithful husband? Because it's easier for a man to be faithful without no options.
Right.
Like it's easy to be more financially
So you
responsible
think
when you
all
got a whole bunch of money.
The
so
more options
all
they
men
have, the more women they must have.
yeah.
It's not as easy as people think it is for the sexually elite.
Mhm.
Is that what you want to call them? Because there's some sexually elite out there that women just love them. They just love them, and a lot of times those women treat certain men different than they treat the rest of men. Like that's what my second topic is about, but we're not there yet. But it's not as easy as people think for a man who can get it and gets it thrown at him just to say, you know what, man, I'm in a relationship right now. Nah, man, because he may think in his mind that one day they ain't gonna throw it at me. They're not
Mhm.
gonna throw it at me.
Mhm.
I'm gonna give you an example of what I like to use. I don't mind women flaunting their beauty, right? Because beauty comes and goes. So while it's here, use that. You got my permission if it matters to you. My wife could do it. You see her, she fly all the time. You're not gonna catch her not looking good because I promote that, right? We in our 30s. We get to our 40s and 50s that we might be kissing that goodbye, right? So we want to embrace that while we have it. That's how I feel about cheating sometimes with certain men. That you ain't gonna always be that fly. You ain't gonna always be that dude that the women want. And sometimes that man may be like, man, it's not about you or the woman I'm with. It's about me and how I feel as a man. because I'm just trying to get this out of my system so I won't go
I
paying
know.
for it or something. in the future.
Seriously though, because you can dress up every day, look good, do all this stuff, and y'all still cheat. So you sitting here talking about like, yeah, I want my woman to still look good and this that. That don't mean nothing. She could be dressing up every day, and you could still have a side chick that looks 10 times worse than her.
Men want you to accept all of their flaws.
Right.
And what happens with them is they end up with the last bitch standing. Can we curse? That's what they end up with. They usually, like you said, you met your wife more than once, but they mess them over. And the one that gets the man is the one that can deal with all his bullshit at the end. That's why sometimes I don't be happy to be what they are, because it's like you had to go through a lot just to get that one little spot.
Like that ain't no badge of honor. That ain't
It
nothing we want to promote. Like, you know, I didn't been through it. Like, no.
And when a man explains why he loves you, I had someone do this to me. He explained all the reasons that why he loved me, and all the reasons that he listed really should have been all the reasons why I left. And he was talking, and I was listening, and I was like, why am I understand why you love me, but why I love you? So y'all have all these options, but eventually y'all run out of them. And then y'all be the slow girl, or
there we go. You heard that, Tawana? You heard it?
So you gotta run out of options to be faithful. Like
no. I'm not saying that. I'm saying she said eventually they run out. Chris, I know you felt what she just said. Eventually they run out.
Eventually the options
put it like
run
this
out.
though. Like it depends on the man though. Some dudes don't run out. You know, some dudes get them all the way into their 50s. I think it just comes down to when the man's tired. Like, I'm gonna be real, I just got tired. I start like Jay said, I start questioning why I was doing things and it just didn't make sense. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I can hit this, I can get her, I can do all that. But then it's like, for what? It's the same headache. Then if I'm tired of her, damn, she calling me, she texting me. Let me act like I'm asleep or sick. It wasn't worth it. So sometimes it's not even about running out of options. It's about when the man decides, you know what, I'm done with this type of lifestyle, because it is draining, super draining.
And can I say something? Somebody said a comment about y'all get them at the last option, or they get the last option. It's really about the layers. Most men got to pull their layers back, and you know how hard it is for a dude to sit in the mirror and ask yourself, like, why do I just keep struggling with relationships? And they point at it because so much happens when two people come together emotionally, and you can easily put it off on what she did or how she made you feel. And you don't even realize that you just have a repeated action that you just keep doing over and over. So it's not like when y'all say it just takes us. So it's like, I don't remember your comment. I took it like you were saying we kind of dog people out and then we get with the last chick. It's really about just coming together and learning who you are. And also sometimes it's about how you was raised, who helped you, guide you in that position, the people you do deal with at the same time. Because sometimes some women do dog you out. So now you playing, and I missed that part of my story because I think I was dogged out and I just couldn't catch them. So, but I was doing the dogging too. So it was a fair trade. So, you know, I tried to balance it out as well too. So like it's so many things that take part in it, to where when you meet somebody that's, you know, that's serious business, and you done probably been around the block a few times. And I ain't talking like a whole, and I'm just talking about with experience. Meaning you can sit up there and learn and say, okay, well, I like this person. This person brings this to the table. And I ain't talking about like no materialistic shit. I'm talking about like some stability for us, emotions, base, commitment, conversation, maturity, and certain things that really matter. And you just gotta, I guess the guy just gotta be put enough situations to where he have balanced out his life to where he can identify that as well too.
I mean, I just know so many marriages where infidelity happens. Like I could probably count on one hand the number of marriages that I know that I haven't experienced, or I don't know for sure if they have or they haven't discussed it with me. But most marriages have dealt with infidelity. So is there ever, and most of them in my experience, are on the man, you know, is the one who cheated or who stepped outside of the relationship. And so now they're trying to heal. So I don't know, like, can you guys be with one woman and be completely happy with being with one woman? Is that a realistic expectation of women?
It's possible.
Okay, let's ask the ladies that. Flip it on you.
Okay.
Do you think men are naturally monogamous? Do y'all believe that? Like, before we answer.
No.
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 Well, what's the problem then? Chris, we back. We
The
back.
problem-
Chris,
this
we
is-
are
the
back.
problem is
Go ahead.
we say we want monogamy and y'all say it too. Men want families and they want kids. They want to be able to have somebody to come home to, somebody to cook, but they don't want to be committed, and they don't say that. They're not honest about what they really want until they didn't went through 2 and 3 and
But-
4 girls.
but
And
what
then
if they
say,
are-
you know what? Now I get it. I get it now. But the other
But what if
4
they
girls
are
didn't
honest?
do that.
That's the thing.
Good
That's the thing too.
Good
What if
question.
the men are honest? Maybe you are just not who they choose. That's the
Mhm.
thing too. You can't always say
Hey,
that men don't know what they want.
Pause.
They do.
They
Pause.
do know what they want. They just don't tell you.
Pause for a second. If a man is honest, we're gonna take it back to the boomerang days. He ain't getting the Twizzard. Y'all remember that movie?
It's true though. It's true.
He ain't getting that. He ain't
Women
getting
need
that.
to know what they mean to you and what position they play. But
Yeah,
if you don't let them know nothing and they confused and they got to figure out what's going on, but if you give them a place like, hey, then they know where they stand. They know everybody ain't gonna go with that, but that's okay. You just send them off. But now it's 2021. Somebody gonna go along with something because
Right.
they want you.
I got a question for the ladies,
But
and
they
this
want us to do that.
is going to include J Mac because he got a twin brother. Him and his twin are both getting at y'all, right? Both of them. One of them is telling you everything you want to hear. One of them is telling you the truth. Who's more likely to get the date in the skins? Be real.
I talk to the one that's telling me the truth.
What
Me.
about you, Tawan?
I'm gonna be with that one that's telling me what I want to hear. I'm gonna tell you why.
That's
Because
honesty right there.
That's
yes,
true.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because if a man come to me and he's like, I just want to have sex, I don't want no commitment, like I'm naturally going to resist him naturally. And I understand that he's telling me the truth, but I'm already got a wall built up when I hear that. So I'm like, no, I can't even like give you my emotion, because I like, you know, I'm not gonna lie, like I get emotionally tied to, you know, someone that I'm dealing with on that level, on the intimate level. So I do. I know some women say, I don't get emotionally. I do every time. I always try not to. I always try not to. I'm like, no, don't get your emotions, but it just always happens to me naturally. So I would be really afraid if a man told me that up front. Like I would be like, no, I can't deal with him.
Okay, what do you two think the best route is though?
Right.
Honesty or straight up lying? Like which do you think is the best route to getting together? Because a lot of couples are together because dudes lied their ass off and they still together.
Yeah.
And a lot of dudes didn't.
Let me tell you, guys are kind of selfish though. Let me tell you why. Because I feel like y'all want to tell us the truth, but then y'all don't want the reaction that we give you. So like, just because you told me the truth and you honest don't mean I'm gonna want to date you and want to be
with that.
So then why go into a relationship with me when you know what I want, you know, and you know that's not what you want? So why just be honest, like, hey, you know, dang, I liked you, but that's not what I'm on. Because y'all want to still hit. Y'all still want to get with her. Y'all still want to conquer.
Yes.
And then be mad and she crazy.
We
and
want it. We want it.
When you
we
mad,
want it.
what's on you?
We want it. God damn it, we want it.
When y'all don't care if the woman is honest with you, like, hey, this is what I want, this is what I need. This is why, you know, we got to be perceptive. We got to start paying attention and not just listen to what
you're right. You're right. You are right. Pay attention. Because the thing is, a lot of times you giving the wrong dudes the cat. And then you mad, and then everybody is fuckboy.
Y'all always try to blame us. It's always our fault.
No, hey, we can't hit. We
Right.
can't hit until you say yes. So it is your choice. You choose to give it to us. So it's on you.
No, it's not.
It's yep.
That's
Well,
why
who
we don't
mad?
know
Listen to
that stuff.
Who
y'all, but
who
y'all still
mad?
take
We
it.
It's like
not
the
mad.
dude
If
on
we
you.
hit, we not mad. We not
You thought
mad.
I was a good guy.
You said what?
I said it seems like it's always like with men. It's like, well, the joke's on you. You thought I was a good person. Psych.
No,
And it's
but that's
like,
not what we saying. We're not saying
Jesus.
that.
But
We're
that is what y'all
saying
saying. That is
I,
what y'all saying.
that is
I
what they
can't
do.
take that.
It's
Me,
like the joke's on you. You thought I was a good person. I fooled you.
Like you're stupid.
nah. I've
You're
You
not.
never
should have knew better.
nope.
You should have known I
That's
was
cold.
lying.
I've never been that type of
That's
guy. I was
cold.
just like, it's mutual. I want to smash, you want to smash, let's
Right,
do it. I've never had to be no liar for it. That's me.
right.
You
Hold
see
on.
how open I am? I keep it real.
Hold on. Hold on. Let's be real here. Trying to get this diamond together. Listen, because I'm about to give you a jewel. You get
Okay,
that?
let's
The
get that.
diamond.
Let's get that jewel.
Why does it take, man, I can't go there because we're not done with this yet. But my next topic is all about this. We ain't done with this yet. If y'all,
Okay.
unless y'all want to be done, we can move on.
It's up
Because
to
the
you.
next topic is
I'm
going to
good.
play into this.
Yes.
Huh?
Let's
All
move,
right.
let's move on. Let's do the next one.
Okay.
Let's do the next
Okay. This gonna help a lot of questions that people was probably having in their mind that we couldn't jump to.
Okay.
Me and my wife started talking about this maybe a month ago. Shout out to her in the chat. We was talking about this. I started to think as I started to look around, do my street interviews, and I examine people. That's what I do. You know, I make sure that I know the room. And I started to think to myself, man, I don't think women are actually attracted to the modern man. I don't believe this. Like, I don't believe it. I think that the average dad, I don't think women really want to hit that. I don't think that mailman, I don't think women really want to hit that. I think that the women, the men that women want to hit are the Shaka Zulu Tarzan brothers who look like the brothers on this panel. I'm keeping it real with you. Sorry, brothers who don't look like this on this panel. I think that especially with the sisters, because the sisters love me. So I'm gonna keep it real. But I noticed that. I noticed that. But they don't show all that love to everybody else. Like, I really don't think that. And when Chris was just talking about, I want to hit, you want to hit, right? But imagine a dude who just average looking at you, telling you he want to hit. He's not hitting them skins unless he lied to you, take you out, do all this other stuff. If you were attracted to him as he is to you,
Do what you got to
a
do.
whole bunch of things would work out a lot more. Y'all really don't.
What do
Y'all
you mean
don't
by
get
modern?
chastised enough.
What do you mean by
Y'all
like
don't get
modern men?
like that. I mean modern as in women now. I mean women from back in the day. Modern to me is women now. So in the 70s they were modern, in the 50s they were modern. Whatever the women are today, I don't believe that they just be looking at dudes and being like, "Oh, he's handsome. He's handsome." I asked my wife. This is a real question. I asked her. I said, "How many times a week do you see a dude that you think is handsome?" She was like, "Maybe once a week." I said, "Well, damn." I said, "I go to the gym. You ask me how many women I think is attractive. I'm like, half of them, right? And that's just one day at the gym." She telling me one. Now we got two women on this panel. You tell me, was she capping to try to make me feel good, or does she have a point? Like, y'all don't really see men like that and be like, "Damn, he could get it." Keep it real.
You want to go first? Go ahead.
I mean, I see attractive men all the time. I don't know. I'm not trying to say your wife is. I believe she is right. Like, if you're just out at the grocery store or whatever, I'm not gonna just see attractive men. Like, I have to be in certain environments, I guess, to see that. But I feel like I'm out enough where, like, I can see an attractive man here and there. But there is more women than men. You know that, right? So I mean,
here and there,
it's always going to be uneven. It's always going to be, more women that are available, that are, accessible for men. Women, we fighting over the same man for the most part. Like, we all date. That's why it's so easy for y'all to cheat, because it's 5 of us dating the same one of y'all.
Hey, I got to call the BS on this. I'm gonna call BS. This is the first time I didn't call BS on you. This is how I'm gonna call BS.
Okay, let me
fellas. Hear me, fellas, because fellas know this. Do y'all ever be somewhere where it's just like maybe it's the same 40 people all the time? That one girl who's really like a 6 or 7, she's the baddest one up in there. And when you notice her a lot because she's the baddest one of the 40, which is because it's not that many bad baddies in this environment. But then when you take yourself to another environment and you see more baddies, you start to realize that that last one ain't even that bad. That you only are attracted to her really because she's just the best of that group.
Yep.
Why do I bring that up?
Okay.
If there are less attractive men, like that one baddie at the gym, the only one who gets all the attention, then you women should be wanting more men than we want women, because there's less of us, right? You just said there's less of us. So it should be much easier for y'all to decide who's attractive and who ain't, because it ain't that many, right? It's less of us. If there was
Well,
less women,
you know the ratio is
if the ratio, I
mean,
believe you. I believe your ratio. I'm telling you, if the ratio is small for us, with fellas know this, if we go into a place like even a church, and Miss Hattie and Miss Maple, they look good. We know they look good. We know it. We might boost their little 7 asses up to 10s. We might boost them up to 10s just because they look good and there ain't nobody else looking good around them. So they gonna get our eyes. But with y'all seeming to have, y'all using that against us, saying, yeah, but you know, it's the ratio. So you should be on these dudes way just as much as we on Hattie and them.
Like y'all, Carlos. So we don't look at, so we just don't think the way y'all think. Like when I'm in love and
Factual information.
I'm just not, like, I'm not at the gym like, oh, he fine. Oh, he fine. Like, I just don't, it's not like that. Like, you notice when a man is handsome. I'm not saying that we don't notice, but it's just not as apparent to you when you are happily in a relationship or you got your, like with women, we just a little different, I think. I'm not saying that all women are like that, because single women, despite what men say, they want men, right? Like they're all, you know, they always like, oh, he's cute. You know, we checking men out. Like if I'm with one of my single friends, I'm like, girl, look at him, you know, like that look like your type, that type of thing. So I just think we don't think the way y'all think. That's
Ron,
just,
if you can hear me,
I
Ron,
agree. That's
J
real.
Mac, Chris, do you think women, fellas, do you think women are more physically attracted to men or financially attracted to men? Which one do you think?
I say more financially, just because women, like she said, women don't pick men based on how they look. They pick men based on how they make them feel, potential. You know what I'm saying? And I think that that's a natural thing. Men, we are very visual. That's why we be out there doing what we do, because it looks good. We want it. Women are more like, okay, that's cute, but what's my future gonna look like? You know what I mean? We just wired differently, and I understand that. So finance for sure.
J Mac, is it financial or physical?
It's financial when they're looking for a relationship. It's physical when they're looking for a hookup or a friend or whatever they need for that time or whatever they're going through. But it's a mixture. But if you base it off a relationship, I think it's financial. We're more physical based, and we're probably going to always be more physical based because we got to get past the physical part first.
Ron, what you think, physical or financial?
You can't hear him.
Financial.
His microphone not on.
He said his microphone not on, but he said financial.
He in outer space or something. I don't know. He's like,
so
He
working
said
on
he
audio.
can't hear.
So that was financial. Ladies, are we wrong? Are you not attracted to men more financially than you are physically? Are we wrong?
In certain cases, you are wrong. It's not about just financially, it's just more overall stability. So men say, well, you just want money. No, women, like you said, your future, you want someone that's stable, you want someone that can make plans, that can handle things to where you aren't the only one having to solve the problems in the life, in the relationship, or whatever the case may be. So when you see a man got money, then you know he got ambitions. You know he does have options. You know he has goals. It's not just money. Because I met people with money and no thank you, because they have no substance. So it just depends. I mean, of course, we would want our husbands to be fine and tall and gorgeous and rich all in one. But if we got to deal with a little short or whatever, because then it might not. I have an idea of what I like and what is attractive to me, but I've met people that once I learned who they were, they became attracted to me, and over time, it changed my preference.
Why?
I don't know. But I mean, y'all
Why?
right. We don't see men fine. We don't get to see fine men. Not where I'm at anyway. Looking fine and
Where are you
fit.
at? Where?
Cincinnati, Ohio.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, hold on, Brandon. I don't know if you're still in the chat, Brandon.
Yeah.
But she says she don't see fine men out there in Cincinnati, Ohio.
My
J-Mac,
bad.
you heard that. J-Mac, you heard that.
About to say she didn't. She must ain't ran across Brandon Maurice yet.
Yeah, not every day. It's not like an everyday thing.
No.
It's like,
And you already know who they are.
yeah, you know them. Y'all got
Yeah.
a small like Nick, right? Mm.
Yeah, it's kind of small. So even
Okay,
if you
so-
think you got somebody new, they ain't new.
All right, Tawana, what is it for you? Are we wrong or are we partially right? She said we partially right, but mostly wrong. We want to know, do you
Yeah.
believe it's more, as a woman, is it more financial or more physical?
Like, if for women, if it's going to be a choice between financial or physical, I think we will pick financial because of our need to be stable, and that stability is like what women long for. So yes, but women are not as simple as men, right? Like you guys are very y'all are, and I'm not saying that you simple in a negative way, but when it comes to a woman, if she looks the way you want her to look, you kind of will work with her, right? Women, we're not like that. You can look good. That's important for us as well because that affects genes, and we want to have a family. So we think about how a man look, right? Like if you short, my kid's gonna be short. You ugly, my kid's gonna be ugly. Like we think about that. I think men think that we don't think about how you look physically, but we really do. We pay attention to that. But what's most important is stability. Can you communicate? Can you get us out of situations? Can you hold us down? And are you financially stable? So yes, and when it comes to just those two options for women, I feel like finances are definitely going to be more important. So yes, I agree with you guys to a certain extent. I'm not saying that women want to date somebody ugly. You can have some money, but if you're not attractive, if we're not attracted to you, it probably still will go nowhere.
Right.
So this is how it is.
It only goes
Okay, ladies, I got a good question for y'all. And Phil, look, you can feel free to ask us anything you want to too. Don't let me keep doing it because I do it. Now I want to know, have you ever dated a man because he was, financially set and he was ugly? Keep it real.
She picked up that drink.
See, the dude that I dated that was financial, like wealthy, he was fine. He was cute.
You're not qualified to
He was also a cheater, and he was also a lot of other things. He was definitely.
I don't believe you.
Handsome. He was definitely handsome.
So you never.
I don't believe you.
So you never dated a guy with money.
Well, the other one was an athlete. He was okay. He just was athletic. His body was, he was okay.
Okay. No, Chris. If you think she capping,
I can't say she's lying because I don't know like the type of guy she dates. But this is what I say, man. I start laughing because I start thinking, women's definition of
why the fuck you lying?
Yeah. Look, it'd be so over the place. Like a woman can see a dude with a ridiculous body.
Okay.
He fine. Ugly as hell, but his body make him fine.
Y'all do the same thing.
Pocket full of money, right? He fine, girl. Fattening him up. Like, come on, man. He not fine. This is the fine for everybody. The face.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? But I just think it's funny.
Everybody had different.
You heard that.
Yeah, everybody got different tastes, but I mean, obviously, there's some men that just, they're handsome. Like it's universal, and everybody thinks they handsome, right? But it's all about your taste. Some women like, thug guys. Some women like, the blue collar, the white
Hey,
collar.
no, we talking about looks. Stop talking about their jobs and occupations. We ain't talking about their occupations.
It's
We
always
talking about their damn looks.
It's always tied to what you do for a living. It's always
Damn.
tied.
There we
Hell
go.
no,
There
hell
we
no.
go. Oh, he work where? Oh yeah, he fine. See?
Some
Right.
women like exactly. Some women like the corporate dude, right? Like he a corporate dude, and that may make him look a little bit more attractive to them. Like,
Oh,
But
y'all-
that makes
ooh.
sense though. That makes sense
That's
though,
how
because they
women-
don't judge like us.
no, we don't think
We
like
don't.
we think totally different. Like the guy I dated, he was like the CEO of his organization. That was attractive to me. Like, ooh, he's the CEO. Right? So I think that's important to note that titles, we like titles, I'm sorry, it's just what it is. We think differently. We
can
can't
you-
help that men, y'all think about stupid stuff that's really not going to help.
So stupid.
It's not stupid.
Stupid.
It's not.
It produces children. It produces children and makes the world go round.
All
Y'all
y'all
talking about
care about is a big booty. That ain't gonna get y'all nowhere.
and a
Yup.
smile and a smile.
Hey,
Don't forget to smile.
Can you agree that it depends on the setting y'all in though?
What you mean?
Like it depends on where y'all at. If it's you at the gym, you at the club, you at a bar, you at the movies, you at like some places.
What's
So
up,
you're
Fred?
gonna always go by the fun. You can't really get them type of answers unless you meet the person or get to know the person. So you think it's pretty much it's based
Yeah.
off of the type of setting y'all in, right?
That can change too. Because when you're out at the club or you're going out, you only pay attention to the people that like spark your interest, like your types or
Right.
But then sometimes if you see somebody in a different light or you see him somewhere else and you're like, oh, he is kind of cute. But when you're out, you only see the people that just kind of turn you on immediately.
Right.
The rest of them you don't see.
Okay. And
Yeah.
that was my question. What percentage of men are really turning you on immediately? Come on now. I need a percentage. I need a percentage from you ladies. What percentage is turning y'all on automatically on average? What percentage of men?
Automatically.
I ain't seen them in a long time. Only
Damn.
on TV.
Like,
Damn.
sheesh.
I mean, where it's like,
There's a lot of things can turn me off, like men who talk too much, men who think they arrogant, like a lot of stuff. Because he could be fine and he can have a nice job, but then he arrogant and then I'm done. Like I'm done.
I mean, she don't like Chris.
I am not arrogant, man.
No, Chris is not arrogant. He's confident. Confident is different.
Right.
That's different. That's actually attractive. Confidence is like, oh, okay, he got, he
Where's the
thinks.
line though?
But like when you
Where's the line?
arrogant, it's really annoying, actually.
Where
What's
do you draw the
arrogant?
line to confidence and arrogance?
What's
Where you
arrogant?
draw the line?
Yeah. That's a good question. What's the line between confident and arrogant?
Arrogant
ladies,
people, they brag a lot. Brag like, I got this, I got that. My money long. Look at what I like, really look at me type of. I'm the shit type of thing. Like when you confident, you just you're not gonna speak down on yourself, right? You just know who you are, and you're not gonna let nobody else make you feel any less than, right? But when you arrogant, you just overly confident about everything that, like your looks, things that you haven't ever been complimented on. You think you got it, like
oversell himself.
I never told you that before.
How do you tell that off the rip though? As a woman, if you getting to know somebody or if you talking to somebody, like how do you tell that off the rip though? It's got to be subjective with the
way they talk.
confidence,
Oh,
because
it's easy
you
to
can
do.
be you can be confident as hell and
Mhm.
still
Come
be
off
considered arrogant by people.
Yes.
People still call you arrogant, and you're not arrogant, but they still call you arrogant because they feel some type of way about how you carry your confidence.
Yeah.
So every guy carries his confidence different. A
I have
nigga
to
with
disagree
money,
with you.
a nigga with, huh?
I gotta disagree with you, Ron, because like when you arrogant, it's so clear. Like
Yeah.
it's
Isn't it subjective though? It's not.
it could be
agree.
subjective. Some women may not mind you bragging or you talking about what you got and how many people how many people like you, follow you, want you.
It's,
Woo, woo.
it's
Get
no,
on
But
my
you
right.
nerves.
Certain men in certain settings, yes, like if it calls to talk about what you're doing or what you've accomplished or what you got, it's a certain setting that you talk about it in. So if you with your dude and he around his boys and he around his niggas and they talking about we do this or I do this, and then you tell them I do this or that, that setting can't be really called arrogant. You just standing up as a man. In certain conversations, you're gonna appear arrogant to people and you're not really arrogant. So like I think it's not black and white with arrogance and confidence. I think it's a thin line between both of them, and they kind of intertwine with each other.
it's black and white for me. As soon as I see, I know when a man is arrogant.
Look at all them jewels he dropped. Just to say nah.
Hey,
Do you hear that?
she on fire tonight. I love it.
Go ahead, Erica. Go ahead.
Do you hear that a lot? Do women tell you that you're arrogant sometimes? Because you really.
Ron, she asked you a question. She said,
Yeah.
Oh wait, what she say?
Do you hear
women
that
tell you?
sometimes? Do women tell you that you come off like you're arrogant?
I've never been told that I was arrogant by anybody. Maybe family members. I try to, but that's being biased because they're family members. But just by women that I've never been called arrogant.
Right.
I've said I've had confidence, but I got a big mouth and I talk a lot. I do. I own up to that. And that could come off as arrogance, but I know for a fact I'm not arrogant. I just believe what I believe.
About,
I'm confident in myself and I'm confident in what I believe in. So that come off as arrogance.
how about you, Chris? How about you, Chris? I want Chris and J Mac to answer that question. Has women ever called either of you arrogant?
Yeah, I've had women say that to me before, but I'm also smart enough to realize when sometimes you make people feel insecure about stuff. And I'll give you a perfect example. I've met women so many times, and we've been athletes forever.
Mhm.
They'll see my body, and then they'll be like, "Well, I'm not gonna look like this." I'm like, "What? I didn't ask you to look like that. I know what you look like when I met you." And then it's like, since I'm consistent working out, since I'm consistent with stuff, you into yourself. Like, I'm a model. Like back when I was modeling, like this is stuff like I get paid to do this. So it's like you got to consider who's saying it. You know what I mean? So I didn't take it to heart.
I mean, people have called me stuck up and arrogant before as well. But like Chris said, those are insecure people for the most part, in my opinion. And so I hear what you're saying, Ron. Like sometimes it's not that they're arrogant; it's just that they are sure about who they are, and that is attractive. And there is a difference. And I don't think that, to me, that don't come across as arrogant because I'm a confident person. So I want my man to be confident too. So I appreciate him saying when he's confident, but when you're bragging, like, and Mr. CYP, they show their watches and they talk about their money, and I'll be like, that's annoying. Actually, that's really annoying. And I think that it shows how like insecure you really are. And so to me, I don't think that person is confident because they are, like too excited to talk about what they got and brag about the stuff that they have.
It's not about you.
I think that's subjective too, because you got to think about it, especially with black men. A lot of us come from, poverty. A lot of us parents were poor, didn't have nothing. So if you a nigga that made it and you came out and you made it, I think that's something to fucking brag about because the odds are that much stacked against us in America, period. So when we do make it, legal or illegally, when we make it there and we got stuff, I think a lot of men feel. Now, I'm not the type to brag, but I don't blame a lot of men for being proud of what they got. Like Floyd Mayweather used to irritate the shit out of me because he's one of those you could call arrogant because he's always flashing his money, his watches, his car. He used to irritate the shit out of me, but I get it now. Floyd Mayweather did something historical. He made damn near $1 billion off of boxing with no endorsements. He's the only athlete to ever make almost $1 billion with zero endorsements, strictly off his talent. So that man could brag all the fuck he wants to because he did some shit that ain't never been done. So that type of shit.
Okay, so let me tell you this. if he didn't brag, he still accomplished all of that. Like,
Right.
sit down and be humble. Like, shut
Well,
up.
that's it. But everybody ain't the same, though, is what I'm saying. If everybody on Earth walked around here being the same, we'll have a boring ass Earth.
But
Everybody
it's
ain't
not.
gonna be the same.
But
we talking about relationships.
I'm saying I don't like that. It's women who like that.
That's what I'm saying. It's subjective. That's what I'm saying. So
right. It's me. It's me who don't like the arrogant men.
And there's 1,000 million women that do.
Some women like to because women like to date up. So some women don't care how he act.
They tolerate it.
They don't like tolerate. And I'm not that type of woman. Yes, I want to be stable and I do have, financial goals for myself, but I'm not going to tolerate certain behavior just to have a man around. So, and a lot of women think like me, but there's many that are not like that. So
can I say this about arrogance? I think arrogance and confidence, they go hand in hand. It depends on the level of confidence you have and your personality. Like, I do agree with Ryan when he says subjective, but I can be a confident person, but I can sound very arrogant about my opinion or how I express it as well too. So I think arrogance and confidence, they kind of go hand in hand.
No.
I think
arrogance is
he is not budging on it.
Your story.
Let me say something about Floyd Mayweather. I see how y'all can think Floyd is very arrogant, and yes, he has some ways that I can see it, but who's to say Floyd is just not very confident in the fact that he is a showmanship?
I'm gonna say that.
I'm almost finished.
He's more flamboyant than arrogant.
Let's just say, but Floyd also
in the room is the weakest.
Floyd was also put in a stage to where he had to sell himself to appeal to help his career. So sometimes your character, you all can also be mistaken because you may be put in a position where you got to sell yourself or you got to show or give a certain image. So, I mean, arrogant, confidence, they go hand in hand. I have never been called arrogant, but I'm sure people that thought I was arrogant. Because let's just say if it come down to whipping somebody's ass, I can come off very arrogant when it come down to doing that because I think I can do that very well. But somebody may say I'm arrogant, but it just depends on how my level of confidence.
The arrogance comes in play when it's a constant talk about. You can tell your story, you meet somebody and you say, this is who I am, this is what I got, this is what I'm doing, this is where I'm going. And then that's it. And then everything else just kind of speaks for itself. But if every time I'm with you, you have to keep telling me about everything you're doing and what you got, and I'm the best and I'm so wonderful. And it's like, is it about us or is it just about you? That's the arrogant part.
Right.
Who really?
I think Mayweather, when it comes to Mayweather, I look at it like this. I think he's very insecure, but I love what he does because no matter what anybody says, he is the best. Nobody beat him. So he can talk that talk. Most people talk that talk and can't say that. So
that is great.
He's insecure, but he got the right to talk shit.
Right.
Period.
That's cool on TV, but that's not cool when you out to dinner with him.
But that
we're live right now.
He might be live right now. Interpersonal. He might be different in across. None of us has never been to dinner with Floyd Mayweather. We see a personality on TV, so he could be different. Now, it's a different subject when we talk about how many women he has or anything like that. That's a whole. Y'all don't want my view on that.
Well, he has a reason to be confident. I'm not saying he don't. He has a tons of reasons, and I mean, even the smallest man, the poorest man, have a reason to be confident. I'm not discrediting anyone for being confident, but there is a clear difference. Confidence is a positive thing. It's a positive attitude. You command the room. You don't really have to come in bragging. People will automatically be drawn to you just because of your confidence and your personality. When you're an arrogant person, you're often insecure, so you have to like overcompensate, and you have to do so much to be recognized and to be, acknowledged. And so that's the problem. That's the line, right? Even when you're famous, they want to be more famous. They want to do more things. Like they want more attention. And so you can tell the people who are like hungry for the fame, and then you can tell the people who are just they have their craft. They do what they do. They know that they perform well, but they don't have to talk about it all the time, right? They know, they know people coming to them.
Okay,
Like
let
Beyonce.
I
Type
me chime in.
Yeah.
Let me chime in. We got a comment. I think the comment is good. It says, if Floyd acted how y'all wanted him to act, he would have never made the money he did. Need an example? Andre Ward. I love them both. I love SOG from California
Exactly.
himself, but he's very, very true. Very, very true. There are
Yeah.
some facets and some forms of entertainment and some jobs where it actually helps you to be flamboyant, arrogant, whatever the hell you want to call it, win or lose, aka Conor McGregor. Win or
Well,
lose, you still be the most
Gary
successful,
Richardson
but
too.
most
the
paid.
one that was
Shakara
brought up.
Richardson,
but
the
Carlos,
most
Well,
paid.
the perfect example to that, what you just
Right.
talked about, is with the whole boxing thing. Somebody that came up in Floyd's era around the same time from my hometown, Sugar Shane Mosley from Pomona. He was around that Floyd era. Him and Floyd are completely opposite when it comes to their personality. Hence the reason why Shane never reached that big
That don't
financial
mean
status.
that.
He never reached a big stardom because he didn't have that personality. He was too nice, always smiling, and always wanted to be nice and be everybody's friend. And that shit didn't make him no money like that, like it did Floyd. Floyd ascended
What?
because
Floyd would have gotten his ass
Floyd-
off.
That's two examples of arrogance. So you
Right.
have to look at it like if he was like that in a relationship, not he has to be like that
No,
for his
yes,
job.
of course. That's
Right.
what I'm saying.
We're
We don't
trying to
know how
say
he is.
that was the example of arrogance. Like,
Right,
for
right.
example, I say there's like three types of men. I always compare it to Paid in Full. You have Ace, you have Mitch, and then you have Rico. Rico's the arrogant one.
Right.
Mitch is in between, and then you have Ace that's laid back. He's cool. You know what I'm saying? Mitch, he like the limelight, but he's still lightweight, humble. But then you have Rico that's completely arrogant. All over the place. He's loud. He always got to be seen. He always got to let people know what he's doing and who he having sex with and what he got. That's what we talking about is the Ricos.
And all we were saying was, I'm not saying that Floyd should listen to me and change his personality. I'm not saying that at all because he is a wealthy, accomplished man. What I'm saying is that me as a woman and women who I know are not naturally attracted to men who are like that. So hence the reason why he has issues with staying in committed relationships for a long time. I'm just saying a woman can tolerate you for so long, but it's like at some point it's annoying and like, let me move on and date the next. Like, come on now. Somebody left him and married Ray J. I mean, think about it. Think about it. Think about
it. Him having issues. This is what Floyd said. This is Floyd said. He said, as long as I ate first, I don't give a fuck who ate after me. That goes for Princess Love. That goes for whoever else.
Exactly. That's what arrogant men say. Arrogant men don't care about nobody.
What I'm saying is, you said he has issues with relationships. That don't mean he has issues with relationships. That's the choice that he's making.
We don't know.
Maybe he's okay.
All right, look.
For the rest of his
Look,
life.
we gotta move. We gotta move on. We got okay for another 10 minutes. So I want to move on to this next thing. And I want to end that topic by saying this. If y'all could agree or disagree or take this with you at home. Arrogance is when confidence makes people uncomfortable. Arrogance is when confidence makes people uncomfortable. That shit is uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable to be around an arrogant person. It's uncomfortable when they have a little outburst. It's embarrassing. It really, really is. You don't want to be around it, but that takes a confident person. You don't go from regular to arrogant. You have a lot of confidence before you become arrogant. You don't just be regular. Regular people just don't become arrogant unless they acting or playing a role.
Yeah,
true. Confident people are the ones who get arrogant. It's just that it makes us all uncomfortable. The last thing I want to talk about,
Carlos, that's a great definition.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Hey, Carlos, before you move on, I just got to ask someone one question.
Okay.
Are you telling Floyd Mayweather that he needs to buy a dog and die alone?
I did tell him that. I told Floyd Mayweather that he can continue to be how he is, but he will die alone. That's all.
God damn it.
That's cold-blooded. That's cold-blooded. All right. So number 3, I'm glad we're able to get to this because it's gonna be quick and we can all jump in and jump out. It is how much in dollar amounts is a good mate to you? How much in dollar amounts is it worth to have a good partner? Keep it real. Keep it.
Ain't
I tell
$40
you,
the going rate? No, I'm
look,
just
look, it's controversially correct. We need to be controversial.
okay.
How much is a good mate worth to you? Keep it real. And we're talking about you, not worth to people. You in your life as you living today, how much is a good mate worth to you? I want to start. Let's start with Erica. You tell us dollar amount.
I say it priceless. I don't have a dollar amount.
Priceless. There we go. We got one priceless. All right, J Mac, go next.
Um, that's a complicated question to me because I ain't no money hungry person. I just think gotta make financial balance for whatever lifestyle you live, your family, you got 4 kids, you want to travel, you want to do certain things, it just gotta make sense. So it just gotta make sense.
So what's your dollar amount, man? What's making sense in dollars?
What makes sense in dollars? I don't have a
Half a million,
price.
half a million,
No,
2 million.
no,
Talking
no,
about,
no,
no.
no. Man, a respectable career amount. I mean, different careers and what have you. Just to when if y'all come together, it makes sense. If, like I said, I don't have a dollar amount, so I'm gonna ramble on this
Comfortable
question.
to keep you comfortable throughout the lifetime. To keep you comfortable. So what we talking about?
I say what 60 and up.
60 mil?
What
Oh,
what you talking about? Lifetime? You talking about yearly?
shit.
Yearly,
Damn it.
yearly,
So I mean,
60 million.
when you say how much
yearly.
is dollar amount, like how much you will pay for a good mate, how much they're
Yeah,
worth
yeah,
to
yeah. Like
you,
if you was, how
or
some
how
dudes
much you
pay
wish
pay
they
for a
had.
woman virginity. You ever seen a rich dude pay for a woman virginity? He'd be like, man, I'll pay $1 million
I
for
wish
your
somebody
virginity.
paid for my virginity.
Oh,
Like for real.
That's
Like
another topic.
if you could pay, if you could pay right now for a good mate, he gonna be faithful, he gonna be around, he gonna get a good job,
oh,
he gonna
okay.
how much is that dude worth to you? How much you willing to pay for
20%
that?
of my paycheck. It's like no.
Damn.
So
She said 20%, huh?
the
Uh,
question is, how much would you pay for a good mate? Is that the
Would you
question? How
pay?
much? How
Yeah.
much is
No,
that worth?
just how much is a
Yeah,
good
how
How
mate
much
much
is
is
it
worth
worth
in
to you?
dollars?
How much is it worth to you? Dollars,
man? A
dollars.
that's an easy question. A good mate right now to pay for. That's like if I would pay them top dollar for that because
Whatever I
obviously
get.
it's a shortage of good people out there. Let's just keep it real. Women
There
and
you
men.
go.
It's scandalous women and it's scandalous men too. So it's a shortage of good people out there that you could truly build a life with. So I would pay top dollar for that because
There you go.
everybody has been through fucked up relationships and everybody's been through fucked up people. So I think there's no dollar amount. Like if you
There
had
you go.
unlimited bread to pay for the perfect mate, having a perfect mate, that's worth. That's like that's priceless.
It's a
There
trick
we
question.
go. There
All
we
right,
go.
Ron. All right.
There we go. There we go. Okay, Ron. Okay, Ron.
All
Okay,
right.
Juan. We gonna now. Matter of fact, we gonna let Chris go last. So Tawana, what's the price? What's the price?
I'll say this. The price is everything I own because let me tell you, I'm gonna tell you this. When I got married, the first time I got married, that's what I was willing to risk was anything. Like I was willing to just step into it and share my entire life with that person and risk it all for the right person because I thought that was the right person and I thought that it would be forever. So for me, it's worth taking that risk and risking everything that I have to share with that person. So yes, that's how I look at it.
That's what's up. All right, Chris. Let us know, man. Let us know, cause it's just some tell me you might have a little different aspect on it, but how
No,
much is
I
it worth to
mean,
you?
I mean, I agree. It's like words can't. I mean, like dollar amounts can't really say the value. But if since you want one, the number that keeps popping up in my head is like 38 million.
38,
That's
30.
and the reason I say that is because you got to think that's enough for our lifetime. That's enough for our kids if they invest it right and their kids. You know what I'm saying? That's a number that can really, last if you do it right. So 38 million.
There we go. There we go. There we go. So we got 38 million. We got priceless, and whatever I got. I'm gonna give y'all a number to help y'all out. Okay.
Let's talk about E Black talking about 300 Bitcoins. So,
He cold for that. Hey, you never know. Invest that right.
that is
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna say,
I swear to that would be coming.
in all honesty, I would say, $100 million. $100 million max. $2 million for some of y'all. $100 million max. $2 million for some of y'all. Some of y'all ain't worth that much. I'm gonna keep it real. Some of y'all ain't worth that much. But $100 million, for the people who are good people, good wholesome folk who can be faithful, invest good money, make good kids, put their kids in college.
Crazy?
Like I'm gonna give you $100 million. But some of y'all who gonna blow the money, some of y'all who just gonna cheat, who gonna fornicate, who gonna do all this, I ain't giving you nothing. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all ain't getting nothing from me. So I asked some good people. Good people got good answers.
Right.
But if I had a different panel on here, I would tell them the truth. I'm like, man, having a good mate for you is not available. And then you and being with you ain't worth no 20 million or no 30 million dollars. Some of y'all is only worth literally
How much
being with you. Like, you ain't worth no 20 million to be with. If you're a good person, hell yeah, you're worth a lot. But some of these people aren't, like, they ain't good people. So don't go out there wasting no money. Like, they're gonna blow that money fast. They BMF living. Shout out to BMF. They BMF living. I'm not giving you, somebody to take you and buy you. Like, you ain't getting much for you.
Risk it all, though. You're willing to risk it all when you don't, if that's what you want, right? If that's
us six are willing to risk it all, but you get that different six in here. Like, they ain't worth nothing.
That's true,
like,
though.
Let's be real here. They ain't worth nothing. They ain't got no right to be talking about no millions of dollars for a good mate, because all they're gonna do is ruin that good mate. All they're gonna do is ruin it.
True.
They're gonna ruin that good mate. They ain't worth no good mate.
They ain't worth it.
Keep it real.
Do you make them sign a prenuptial agreement with that $100 million?
Yeah.
Do you make them sign a prenuptial agreement with that $100 million?
You lost.
Nah. Hey, we gonna talk. We gonna talk them prenups, because where my man at? He up in here. He up in this chat. He always talking prenups. So
Mr. Rucker.
I'm gonna bless Mr. Rucker. I'm gonna bless Mr. Rucker next week on next episode. We're gonna talk about these prenups, man, because he seems to want. We gonna give him what he wanted. You want it? We gonna give it to you. We're gonna talk about these prenups. But we running out of time, and I really, really, really want to thank y'all, man. I had a lot of fun with y'all, man. Y'all vibe together. And I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah, you bring Ron back to Ron and Prenup. You know what I mean?
And Murdoch, that's a long ass clap.
Especially
long ass clap.
I'm sorry. Of course, Erica.
Erica, you did a great job, yo. You did a great job. You fit right in with us. And I knew I picked a good person, yo. I knew I picked a good person, because I see that you speak your mind, and that's why I picked you, because you speak your mind and you're not afraid. That's why I picked you, and I'm glad that you came and looked out for your boy, man. We appreciate you. We will be inviting you back. That's a fact. We are inviting you back. That is a fact. Ron, love you, man. I know we're gonna be seeing more of him, man, because I think I like the way you and Tawana was going back and forth. I like the back and forth, and that's the whole thing. We want people who bring out the best in each other. I appreciate that. Ron, tell them where to find you. Tell them about you. I'm gonna give everybody a chance to let everybody know where they can find them, how to follow you. Let us know.
You can follow me on Instagram at HNS420. Also Facebook, HNS420. Twitter is the same thing, HNS420 _ HNS420. Check out our blog spot at thepolitickinforum.com, and also our YouTube channel, Politic and Broadcasting. I'm on my podcast. I'm on the Politic and Podcast and several others. So check me out. Check us out. I talk a lot of shit. I speak my mind, but I don't think I'm arrogant.
There we go. All right, Erica, let us know.
My IG Instagram is Diva Hustle. So that's just it. That's the only thing I got.
Diva Hustle. Okay, Diva Hustle. J-Mac, where could they find you at?
Instagram, JMac504.
That's easy. And they already know where to find Chris at. And listen to Playboy. He's our normal host. He's our normal host. We know where to find Juana Chica at. That's our normal host. You know, they here every week. They ain't going nowhere. Like I said, thank you guys again for coming. If you like the video, press that like button. Press that like button. If you didn't like the video, get your ass up out of here. We listen. No, and when we get bigger, I'm gonna tell you press the dislike button. But we ain't big enough. We be pressing no dislike button yet. So to get your ass up out of here. Okay? Don't be messing up my algorithm. Get your ass up out of here. But other than that, if you don't know where to reach us at, go to the Facebook page. We just started it. We had like almost 300 members. Controversially correct, or follow one of us. We are linked to it. Carlos Samore, or follow Tawana. You will find our link to our Facebook group where you can give your own opinions on things, give us topic ideas, and trust me, I listen, I follow, and we will give you what you want. And if you are on Instagram, you can follow us at contro.correct. Contro.correct. We building everything up from the ground up, and we starting with you. Everybody coming, everybody know what we about. Y'all know the famous slogan, CYP out. Thank y'all for coming.